nice to joke around with you guys. Maybe we should start a real tabletop again soon.
Oh.
What happened? I thought weren't we? What? Wait.
Yeah, we're going to. Yeah, we're going.
Yeah.
To.
So I'm gonna run Exalted. Is what's gonna happen.
Fuck you.
I never going to play Exalted ever.
I roll to rape.
All right. Okay.
All
so
right. Oh, for the kids. Sorry.
I'm
for the
glad
kids.
we are actually
Don't follow that sentence up with the kids.
For them.
All right, but okay. Well, first edition Vampire the Masquerade, and
Oh God.
Who earns?
I roll to mind control you.
No food.
My character's name is Bushi.
No.
In jokes.
Ah, goodness me.
I'm gonna go get my own glass of water right now. So, yeah.
Well, I'm back, at least. I think many of us are, and we're going to be playing a new game that's not actually fully released yet tonight. So you're seeing it here first.
I have the connections. We are playing Shinobigami, which is a Japanese role-playing game. It is, in fact, from Japan. It is being localized by Kotodama Heavy Industries. Support their Kickstarter right now. And basically what the game is a modern-day ninja battle game. It combines lots of elements of... Well, they're unique elements. There's some player versus player activity. It's kind of like those werewolf mafia games. If you know them, they kind of every character has a secret, and you have to discover those secrets. And they can change alliances. They can change how the battlefield is done. All this stuff, it's really just a game of secrets and a game of frenemies.
Frenemies, the game
is John.
That's not a secret. That's just typical ninja stuff.
So I can't help but notice that my character token is a pink-haired business lady.
Yeah, these are just using the typical chibi art from the supplements, and so, I mean, you can play whatever you want. It's just a token representing you.
All right. So I am a pink-haired Japanese business lady.
sounds about right.
With a gun.
Playing
nice gun.
Playing a 30-something karate fighting businessman.
Alright. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be playing the Black Mirror scenario. And essentially, this was created by Matt Sanchez, who is one of the people involved with the project. It was done for GenCon 2014, and it basically was just a variable scenario that anybody could pick up and run for any amount of players between 3 and 6. Since we only have 5, the 6th PC is going to be made into an NPC played by me, and we'll just see how it shakes out. We're also going to be using, in kind of a unfinished format, the setting reskin that I myself am actually writing for the Kickstarter. It is tentatively titled Bamboo Gold, and the elevator pitch of it, so to speak, is a spaghetti western set in Japan that also has sci-fi elements.
All right.
Wait! You didn't start explaining the rules, did you?
The rules?
Yeah, no, he explained all the rules.
Ah, fuck! Because I'm still getting drinks. It's all right. I'll wing it.
No.
Don't worry.
Just roll whatever dice makes you feel creative.
Uh,
All right. No, I was just explaining for the audience what we were actually playing. So they're not confused that much. They'll be a little confused, though.
I'd assume so.
All right. So what this scenario is set up to be about is that one of the people, in fact, I believe it is... I don't want to mess this up. So who has the mirror? I think it was
telling you that.
No, we would
have
have
secrets,
that. The only thing
Steve.
Yes, but it's only the secrets. You can tell your mission.
Oh. Well, in that case, I have a mirror.
Okay. So Yamaga Shingen has stolen a mirror from some place that we will come to know, and this mirror is a key to a ritual that is going to unleash certain terror upon the planet. And basically, there's some who want to stop that, some who want it to proceed, and some people who are just kind of thrown into the mix here.
Of course.
So why don't we go around and explain our characters just a little bit. Keep in mind, again, please do not tell anyone your secret or your Oki. But but basically just who is your character? Give us a little brief summary of who that is, and we'll start off with Magnum PI.
Nice. It sounds great when it's said out loud. I love it.
It really does.
I get it now.
Oh my god, I didn't realize.
Seriously?
Didn't realize until you said it.
I
No.
thought it, like I knew what the name was, and I was like Magnum PI.
Even if it was Japanese, it would be PIE. Sorry,
Damn
go
weirdo.
ahead.
Anyway, it's Magnum PI is a 52-year-old male ninja. Well,
A 2-year-old?
no, 52. He's 52.
Too late, confirmed.
No.
Diapers.
No. It's my character. I'll tell you how many diapers.
We gotta stop halfway through the adventure to change his diaper.
Also,
Well, if he's
52-year-old
52, that
man
might happen
fight.
anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
He's a bounty hunter. And he's old, got white hair, and he's old. He's very old. I can't stress how old he is.
All right. What about Kobe Oda?
Kobe is a renowned basketball player.
Nope.
Isn't he? He's a where's my sheet? Where did I put my info? He's a member of the
We're calling it,
Shin clan, but I don't know if they're called that here.
in this setting, they're called the Inquisitors.
The Inquisitors. Oh,
Whoa.
shit. Yeah, you're all in trouble. He's a preacher. He goes around with the Bible. He's got a dark past.
All right. Sounds good.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
He does, in fact. All right, and what about Yamaga Shingen?
Oh, that's me.
It is.
Yamaga Shingen is a 30-year-old man. He works as a business strategist, supporting one of the barons. He's fairly well off. He's pretty boring. He's occasionally known to do some karate.
Sounds good.
Yeah, he's just a regular old 30-something businessman.
I'm sure we will find that is completely true.
For sure.
And Tenma.
I hope it is.
Well, Tenma is a wandering swordsman. He's, kind of. I'm not sure what lost ones are actually.
Well, in this setting, they are essentially ninja who have lost their clan or don't have a clan, and essentially are clanless in some way. And they all just kind of take justice into their own hands and do their own thing.
Okay. Well, that actually fits perfectly with what I was going for then.
Awesome.
Which is that he is sort of, basically a sword for hire. And we are allowed to know our missions, right?
Absolutely.
And he is in the course of this he is trying to find someone, in that he has a missing sibling that he's trying to find.
Okay. All right, cool. And Farrell, are you with us?
Yeah. Sorry, I just got back.
That's fine. What's Kagami about?
Kagami tries to live very simply. Early 20s, works as a maid, essentially. Quite possibly from a certain organization / loose confederation of people who are not entirely human because of, horrifying bloodline things.
Indeed, the children in this setting are people who have either been wronged by the barony or have somehow forged for themselves their own power by obtaining some sort of favor from demons, in fact. They are
Yes.
a little bit unhuman, non-human. So that is Kagami. All right, and that'll be us. So, I'll explain a little bit about the Bamboo Gold setting as well. Essentially, this is a dust. The planet is called Sentinel, and it's a dust ball planet, more or less. The only thing that people on Sentinel know is goldite, which is my clever term for basically what people mine out of the earth, and that's basically all that Sentinel's good for is just the goldite. At the center, so to speak, of Sentinel is the city, and the city is where the barony, which is all the rich people, make their homes at. And underneath the city is called the Undercity, and the Undercity is basically where everyone else, not the barony, is. They are the servants, the lower class sort of people, but there is an unspoken rule that gives the lower class people hope, is that if they become rich, if they obtain goldite in enough sufficient quantity, they can become a member of the barony. And that's not just talk, that is literally the thing. If you have goldite, you are a baron or a baroness. Maybe the other barons and baronesses don't like it, but they have to accept it because that's just how the society works. So many who try to escape the Undercity go out on their own into the Spooks, which is basically this vast, desolate wasteland. And the wasteland is just all mines and just dirt. That's it. So there's like ghost towns that are all over the place because people will have found just a single seam of goldite and they've mined it and moved on. And it's basically that's all it is in the Spook. There is one other feature in the Spooks, however, which are trees, interestingly enough. There are several varieties of trees, most commonly bamboo, that grow out of the desert ground. However, these trees are golden colored, in golden leafed, I should say. And some of them actually have red bark. It's very disturbing in terms of what they are. There's many, many legends surrounding them. No one knows why they have that, but because they bleed when they're cut.
Oh, nice.
It is, there's quite a few things surrounding them. Some of them say that they are possessed by demons. Some say that they are corrupted nature spirits. And then some say that they're actually guiding helpful trees, that people will actually leave offerings of food and goldite for the trees because they usually grow near goldite pockets. So they are seen, they are seen somewhat in a sort of back and forth light. Maybe they're good, maybe they're bad. Who knows? All right, so that's kind of the gist of it, and keep in mind that might change somewhat, especially the title of Bamboo Gold. But that's kind of where we find ourselves.
All right, hold on, folks. It seems that my Twitch stream is being really stupid, so
okay,
I'm gonna restart it. Okay, let's try for a third time.
All right.
Maybe the third time is the charm.
Perhaps it is. Okay, so we're live again. Okay, let me know how it goes. It's looking mediocre on this end, so hopefully it's good enough.
The best kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough. That's the best kind indeed.
The most common denominator of good enough.
You'd think a static image wouldn't be like...
There's no reason why it wouldn't work. It's just, for some reason, the connection between me and Twitch is bad.
That's messed up.
Indeed. Well, while we have everyone, let's take a moment to explain the very basic
rules of the
mechanic.
game?
Yeah, exactly. ARP, if you want to bring up your character sheet, feel free to do so, unless you can actually bring up just the basic character sheet, the PDF that I gave you. That might actually be better.
Okay.
I just want people to see like the grid of skills because that's important. But if the rest of you can hold shift and double click your tokens, you'll bring up your character sheets, and you too will see your grid of skills.
There we go. It should be up on the stream now.
Awesome. All right. So basically, how Shinobigami rolls is that you basically will always roll just 2 6-sided dice for whatever you're trying to do. And assuming you have the skill that you're attempting to do, you have to make at least a 5 or above to succeed at whatever you're doing. So that's, of course, adding both of the dice together. But what happens if you don't have this skill? Well, if you look upon your grid here, let's say that we have the ballistic skill. And let's say that we needed to make a bluff check. Well, let's assume for the argument here that ballistics is the closest skill that we have to bluff on the grid. You basically count how many steps away, how many squares away there are between ballistics and bluff, which would be, what? 5 steps? Yeah, 5 steps away from ballistics, and you add that to the target number that you have to have. So instead of rolling 5, now you have to roll 10.
Okay.
Yep, it's a pretty simple system. Usually there's no +1s or -1s. There can be, but it's not very common. And of course, usually I'll sometimes need to ask, how you're doing that. How are you substituting ballistics for bluff? But it's all, you can attempt any skill on the grid. It's all made to just be, you can do anything you want because you're a freaking ninja. But there is this sheet won't show it to you, audience, but some are the columns. You see how there's like a little tiny sliver on either side of the column? Some of those, when you pick your clan, you'll black those in so that the borders of one of the columns will be black, shaded in. Those now count as free spaces. So in ARP's case, he is a what the setting calls the cartel, which is actually Hirosaka Agency, and they have Scheme, I believe.
Yep.
I think it's Scheme. Yeah, Scheme. So the column that starts with Scheme, the whole thing would be black on either side, and that whole column would basically count as a free space. So if you tried to use anything at all in that column, it would just be, even if he had just the finance skill and you had to use first aid, it'd still only count as 5 for the target number. So basically, it helps you in getting to where you need to go. And just so you know, if you have tool marked off or sorcery, the grid doesn't loop around, so you have to go from one end to the other, unfortunately. But there is a skill that Hadesology that lets you treat it as though they are adjacent.
Okay. So
that's the basic thing.
What was the first thing you said that allowed us to black out those rows?
It's based upon your clan selection.
Okay, so since I'm in that clan, I already treat this column as a free space.
That's true. That's right. Yes.
All right.
So basically, because you're Hirosaka / cartel, you have the whole of the Scheme thing, and Union of Steel, which is what D. Davis is. He has tool. Smug has body because he's Kurama, and so on and so forth.
Right.
And I'm really hot.
Indeed.
Damn. He lifts. He lifts constantly. He's lifting right now.
He's doing
It's
leg
true.
lifts.
How did you know?
Got to get those glutes in shape.
I know, Smug. I know.
All right. So that's the basic thing. When we get into combat, it actually uses very much the same rolling, basically, but it's a little more complex, and the initiative, or rather, I'm sorry, the velocity system adds some interesting twists to the combat. But well, we'll get there. All right. Does everyone understand the basic idea of how to roll?
No, I actually don't.
No.
Go over it one more time.
Okay. So you roll 2d6 no matter what you're doing.
Okay.
Let's say that you have the ballistics skill.
Okay.
If you're called upon to make a ballistics check, then you just need to roll a 5 or above, and you're successful.
Okay.
But let's say you're called upon to make an escape check. Because you don't have it, and let's say that ballistics is your closest skill, then you count how many squares away escape is from ballistics, and you add that to your target number. So in this case, because escape is 2 away,
Okay.
you have to roll 7.
All right.
So basically, if you're called upon to make a skill check and you don't have that skill, what?
They're using taxicab geometry again for this.
Yes, you cannot count diagonally.
No!
Poor D. Davis.
Japan hates taxi cab geometry.
You gotta go
No, they love
around the
it.
block, T. Davis.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, if you are making a skill check that you do not have a skill for, which is on roll 20, I have them highlighted as red.
Okay.
Or one of them is highlighted as green, which is your hidden skill that applies to your Ogi. Basically, you find the closest skill that you do have to the one that you're being called upon to make, and you use that.
Okay. I don't have access to anything on roll 20. Like, I can't move anything. Is that on purpose?
Oh! No, that is my fault.
Okay.
You came in late, so I didn't edit your sheet.
So you said you added the sheet in roll 20. I was like, really? Where?
Steve,
Sorry.
do you see the question in chat from Chisrell?
I don't, I'm sorry.
He's asking if having that marked off, does that make it a free square if you're moving across it? So basically, if you want to go from normally the route that we looked at from ballistics over to bluff was 5, right? But
if you're moving into the square, then that counts as free. So if you have ballistics and you're trying to use poison, but you have the scheme column marked off, that's only going to count for 1 square, infiltration.
Right.
And if you're trying to do ballistics from bluff, then yes, that in fact still is just 1, because you are able to just basically kind of keep going down that free column like that.
Okay, so I think that answers Chisrell's question.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like trying to keep the rules in my head and explain things, so I can't really read
Goddamn,
this.
Steve. Be better.
But if there are questions, no, if the audience wants to ask questions, please ask up, and someone will have to yell at me to read it, though.
Well, we're getting that stuff set up. I just want to mention that I was not getting any email notifications about new donations, so I missed a few.
No, let's announce those.
Yes, so I got a $100 donation from Zachary Khan.
Ooh.
Thank you so much. He said he's here to share this in the salt taxes and fulfill role as Admiral Whitehat. Good luck with your stream today and keep your inspirational content. So thank you, Zachary. I hope that you'll find our content inspirational into the future.
No, stop right there.
Yes.
Fucking Admiral Whitehat. I know exactly who that is.
I know you do.
And he can get the hell out. Take your money back. Not for the kids.
What?
Damn!
Wow.
But I did see... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Please continue.
So Sam donated again, which brings his donation total up to $75. So thank you, Sam. You're a rock star. And I don't know if you folks remember the last few years, there's been a lovely lady who has donated $1,000 those few years, right?
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
Yes.
Well, Jessica's done it again.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Damn.
Amazing.
That's what I was
So,
gonna
Jessica, thank you. I am,
thank you.
again, flabbergasted by your generosity, and I thank you so much for pushing us so close to our goal of the $2,500 goal that we have to try and meet for raising money for the BC Children's Hospital Foundation. So I can't thank you enough. You've been a constant supporter of our Extra Life campaign, and you rock. You're amazing. Thank you.
You know what's going
And-
to happen? You're going to go to a general store. You're like, I just found out that the lady who's been donating $1,000 has worked at this general store, and the old man behind the counter is going to say, Jessica? Jessica died 16 years ago to this very day.
No.
It's ghost money.
The end?
But I mean, let's be honest. She's a badass.
Yeah, fantastic.
Awesome
Total
person.
See, I
badass.
really thought when he got to the old man part that it was going to turn into some weird catfishing thing.
Yes, I'm Jessica.
Oh, and you should refresh your page
Should
or
I?
something. I don't know how long this thing takes.
Oh, some jackass donated some money too.
Womp
Damn.
Damn.
Smug just made a $100 donation saying, "Let's do this."
Don't make fun of my lisp.
I'm not. You put a lot of S's there.
Jesus, I'm half snake.
There's a lot of S's. That's all I'm saying. So thank you so much for that donation as well. I really appreciate it.
That's right, because let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's get to that
But what
goal.
are we doing?
So, really, if you'd like to, please consider donating to the team for the kids.
Indeed.
For the kids.
There's a big graphic you can click on to donate right below the stream. And if you don't feel like clicking that big graphic, just below that, there's a text link that's also for donation. So everything's ready to go.
God, you're such a sellout.
We got you covered.
What a sellout.
For children, though.
For the children.
For the children.
All right. Should we get back to the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly.
Okay, so the game is structured in such a way where basically it uses that Japanese kind of overstructured, well, not overstructured, but it is a structured method of gameplay. We're going to have an introduction phase, which will have a scene for each one of our PCs, and basically it assigns them and gives them context for what they're doing in the story. Then after that, we go into the main phase, and the main phase is composed of a number of cycles. And the number of cycles can vary depending on the scenario. For this one, there are going to be 3 cycles. And what that means basically is that we're going to go around to each of the PCs, and each of them will get to be a scene player in a scene that they basically direct. And what they're going to do with their scene is they're going to try to find out the secrets of the other ninja. They're going to try to find out maybe their locations in order to challenge them to fights. Or they're just basically going to duke it out and try to complete their mission while also figuring out what to do about their secret and the secrets of other ninjas that they learn. So each of you get a single scene within each cycle. So that means that basically you get 3 scenes. And what you want to do, it depends when you want to do it. And you can do whatever you want within your scene. But the driving goal of each scene will be to make a single check that determines what you learn or gain. And there are a couple things, we'll get to it after the introduction scenes. But basically, once you start your scene, what you want to do is you want to say to yourself, okay, I want to figure out what these other ninja are up to, so I'm going to try to learn this guy's secret, and this guy will be feral or something. And also, if you want, you can fight, but if you do fight, basically the fighting only lasts until first blood, and then after all of the cycles are complete, we go from the main phase into the climax phase, and that's the big damn showdown where everyone just kind of throws down, and we work out who ends up the winner, basically.
All right.
All right, I'm all for this climax phase.
I'm sure you are.
I bet you are.
I
He
get it.
has a whole box of tissues.
He's going to be edging all night until we get there.
That's right.
Oh
It's
my.
for the kids.
No, stop
No.
doing that.
Oh, I don't just add that to random sentences?
Please don't.
That's terrible. I don't
Oh,
like
shit. I'm sorry, guys. For the kids.
What would we do without you, Smug?
Probably have less fun, but arguably higher sanity.
Without him, we'd have a PG-13 rating.
Why are we a hard R? Why does that R stand for anyway for the kids?
So if you guys don't show this one, ARP, but if you guys look at your character sheets by shift double-clicking your tokens, and ARP should be able to do this now, below the skill grid, you'll see a thing that lists everyone's name, including the name of Kale, who's an NPC who I'll be introducing. You'll see that they have location, secret, and Ogi, and basically those are whether you know their location, their secret, or their Ogi. In the case of the secret, that's pretty simple. They just reveal their secret to you. In the case of their location, that means that you can challenge them to a fight. In the case of their Ogi, well, each of you has an Ogi, and that's basically your ultimate technique. It can be an attack, but it can also be something like, impenetrable defense, or healing yourself, or meddling with other people's rolls, or things like that. But the thing is that because they're Ogi and they're special, if you use it, and there are other ninjas in the scene with you, other PCs, I should say, they can make an insight check using the analysis skill. And if they're successful, they mark off your Ogi as something they know. The next time that you use it, and they're in that scene, they can choose to try to do an Ogi break. And if they're successful at that, then they basically nullify your Ogi, and the effect of it is canceled.
All right.
And there's one other thing to count. Emotion. Actually, emotions in this game are a super, super important part of the game. They're actually shortened to emo bonds. Basically, if you do a drama scene with a character in the cycles, you can choose to form an emotional bond with that PC. You make a roll, and if you're successful, the both of you roll on the emo chart, and you develop an emotion towards one another. Now, they can be positive or negative, and that's just basically for flavor, except for that in future scenes, whether they're combat or drama scenes, you can actually influence their roles depending on your emotion with them. If you have a positive emotion with that person, you can give them a +1 to their roll. If you have a negative emotion, you can subtract 1 from their roll. And you can do that once per drama scene or once per round in a combat scene. And I don't have my little summary sheet. Oh, crap. What?
So the emotion either positively or negatively impacts your interaction with other characters in terms of dice rolls modifiers.
Indeed. There's also 2 other things that are important for emo bonds. The first is that if you have an emotional bond with someone, regardless of whether it's positive or negative, you can actually burst in upon their fight scene, even if you're not a part of it.
Oh. Dynamic entry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And of course,
bitches.
you can come in on either side. I mean, that just buys you entry into the fight. It doesn't matter if you're fighting for or against them, or even just kind of showing up to screw around. You're there. The last thing is information sharing. If you have an emotional bond with someone and they learn some piece of information, let's say that Magnum has an emo bond with Tenma, and Tenma learns Yamaga's Ogi. Then Magnum also learns the Ogi at the same time.
What?
Yep.
God damn, original content, do not copy.
Our hearts are tied together, so I know what he knows.
Ah, something in the cards.
What?
Yeah. I don't know that saying.
Social links, social links, social links.
Social links, indeed. So yeah, emotional bonds are actually very, very important for the game. So I would actually encourage you to think about doing those most often. But of course, finding secrets is very important too.
So really, this is a game where we're all kind of dicks to each other.
Yeah, I mean, you are ninjas.
I thought we'd all be like working together for the greater good, but we've all got our own agendas.
Yes, exactly.
I definitely don't have a hidden agenda.
You definitely don't.
I'm just a priest. Leave me alone.
My hidden agenda is living in a database. Oh wait, no.
Oh, no, that was a different game.
My bad.
All right. I think I've explained all of the most important rules that I can think of offhand. I'm sure that they'll come up again, so please feel free to stop me and ask for clarification on one thing or another.
All right.
Yeah, we'll probably need help pretty quickly, but that's okay. We're learning by doing.
All right. So let's just start the scenario here.
Okay.
We're going to go around in the introduction phase, and each one of you is going to have a basically a scenario that informs your participation in this. So we're going to start off with Kagami.
Okay. Which one of you was the... Oh.
No. This is the introduction phase. I'm running it.
Ah.
Don't worry too much yet about the self-direction just yet.
Which one of you was the dude that says I have to kill on my sheet here?
Okay, so I killed that guy.
That's right. Okay, if your secret mentions like PC3, PC4, I have tried to copy that onto your NPC, your player list, so it'll say like Kagami PC1. So if your mission or your secret references PC1, you know that's Kagami.
All right.
All right. So Kagami, you are with a bloodline of Oni, or rather, I'm sorry, the children. The children have tasked you with a certain endeavor that you need to recover. Yes, you need you to recover the Black Mirror, which has been stolen by a certain cartel agent. You are sitting in their clan hall, surrounded by shadowy figures. They all look to you with very stern expressions. They're very worried about this, even as they look upon you and try to send you out to do this. What is your reaction to this?
Inwardly, of course, I would have to feel very somewhat worried, maybe a little bit disdainful of the stairs. But I would, of course, have to take the mission and look into who stole the mirror and what their plans are.
Indeed. You know very well what happens if the Black Mirror ends up in Kale's hands, don't you?
Yes, something terrible.
We may be of demons, they say, but that mirror will open up the realm to the demon world. It will spread them across our entire planet, and they will stop at nothing but to just ravage us whole.
And that would be catastrophic.
Of course. You must go to, let's call it, I don't even know. Someone give me a name for a town.
Pallet Town.
Pallet Town. We're doing it!
We're doing it!
Go to Pallet Town and find Yamagashingen. Bring the mirror, take the mirror from him and bring it back to us. Hi, dog.
Woof woof.
That just destroyed all the drama, was my dogs just barking.
Yeah, the
Let's go to
gravitas is
Barky
gone.
Town.
Alright, what is your reaction to that?
Nod very sternly. I will take this mission with the utmost seriousness, and I will see it done.
Good. And then all of a sudden, the shadowy figures just vanish altogether, and you're actually no longer in the clan hall anymore. Almost as if it was an illusion.
Ooh, spooky.
Alright, that'll end that scene. We will go now to Magnum PI.
Oh.
Still gets me. That's what he's doing. He just sits around humming the theme song.
Nobody even knows what he's humming. It's just like,
He is touched.
There's one gigantic fat ninja sleeping in the middle of the road nearby. You gotta play the flute to wake him up.
Oh, don't fat shame.
all right.
No, that's just Master Snorlax.
He is the greatest of ninjas.
You never even know when he's left his post. He's that sneaky.
Just all of a sudden, he drops from the sky.
All right, Magnum, you are handing in a bounty.
That sounds right.
And, just some low-life criminal, you don't even care about him. And as you're handing over your money, the guy looks to you and kind of gives you that little hand signal that signifies that he's a member of your clan, the Union of Steel.
Oh! Nice hand magic there. Oh god, I'm Minnesotan. Help.
Hand magic?
I love it.
It was the hand magic that made me
Is
Minnesotan.
it David Blaine? Just doing hand magic?
Doing some close-up magic?
Doing
Look at my
swinging
feet. I'm levitating.
Sweeps. Sweeps his hands out. He's got cards in either hand and a knife in his teeth.
And what's this behind your ear? It's a quarter!
He summarily pistol whips the guy that you just handed to him and knocks him out on the floor. And then just goes, "We got a mission for you of another variety."
Naturally, I'd be inclined to take that.
Naturally, of course. You need to go to Pallet Town and help a member of the children out with something.
All right. I mean, it's straightforward for Magnum PI. He's got a job. He's gonna do it. It pays.
Hey, guys. Sorry to interrupt. I just heard from Lex. Jared's connection has fried, and he doesn't know when he's going to get back.
Oh, son of a gun.
Oh, dear.
Right,
no, he's gone.
We persevere until he comes back.
All right. Yes, we will do that. All right. So, this guy says, yes, a black mirror has been stolen from the... I don't know, do we even determine where it was stolen from? No, because we haven't done ARP's thing. A black mirror has been stolen. This relic will bring much catastrophe.
Catastrophe.
There's a lot of people in my industry.
It's cats everywhere.
There's people in my kitchen talking, so I'm all discombobulated. But it'll bring much catastrophe upon our land. You need to intercept that black mirror and bring it back to us. Understand?
Sure, kid. Sure. I'll do it.
He probably is younger than you.
Definitely. I'm like 52.
Even so, he looks upon you disdainfully, almost as if he doesn't trust old people.
Wow, what an asshole.
Doesn't matter, he's a Jonin, and you're just a mere Chunin.
Well, he'll get his when I'm retired and eating scrambled eggs for breakfast and he's getting stabbed by...
Is it a salad? Like a tossed salad and scrambled eggs?
Yes, and I don't know what to do with them all.
Well, you shouldn't have gotten so many when you were lined up at the buffet.
Alright, that's simple and straightforward enough. So, he's been sent to Pallet Town. He knows the stuff. He's been asked to bring it back to them. Of course, anyway. PC3, that would be ARP. Or,
Hello.
I'm sorry, Yamaga Shingen.
I'm number 3.
Alright.
First off, I'd just like to thank Afterac/Geothismal for his $50 donation to our Extra Life campaign.
What a badass.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Afterac. What's that bring the total to?
Our current total is $1,898.
Oh, man. We're like 75%.
Yeah, most of the way there.
That's awesome.
Alright, so what's my deal?
What is your deal? So you've stolen a small black mirror.
Yeah.
Where did you steal it from?
I stole it from a gentleman's club.
Indeed. A gentleman's club in the city, perhaps?
Oh, naturally. I wouldn't leave the city to go to a gentleman's club. That would just be unsavory.
Well, they probably have them out in the spooks, but you never know.
The ladies there aren't as comforting.
No, they wouldn't be. But, yes, so this place is probably, let's say, a regular establishment for barony gentlemen, or barons.
Of course.
And you've just thefted it.
Well,
Where?
it was in the private room in the back, and I had spent a goodly portion of my wages to get in there, ostensibly to, take the company of one of the comfort women who lived there. I mean, it's just like one of those bars that we have in modern day Japan where a business person goes to pretty much just hang out and be waited on for a while. To de-stress.
Yeah, you don't know anything about that, though.
Well, I personally don't. But of course, Yamaga Shingen would be a regular patron.
Of course.
Yeah, and so he'd heard some rumors that there was a nice small black mirror back there, and he thought maybe it would look really nice on his mantle. So
That's not true at all, of course, because you have that letter in your hand. The one from Kale.
yeah, but we don't need to talk about superfoods right now.
All you need to know is that you have someplace to be in 3 days.
I do. I need to be a place in 3 days, and I need to bring this mirror and take it to the Kale there.
In Pallet Town.
Pallet Town, of course. Where else would it be?
All right, and that'll be that.
Just so happen to have a business trip that will take me there anyway.
All right, P4, that would be Kobe. Kobe Oda?
That'd be Smug.
Smug.
Fuck.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
He's still in there. He's still in the mumble.
Maybe he has his mic turned off.
Maybe he
That might be.
does. Maybe I'll beep him on Twitter.
I don't
What a
know.
fool.
Probably beef mutton. Oh, you already did. Never mind. Smug. Come back.
Well, he's gone forever.
Gone forever.
Wait, who is?
You!
No, I'm not. I wasn't briefly away to watch the epilogue of the Great British Baking Show.
Come on.
What?
It's a good show.
Well,
It's on PBS.
at least you weren't looking at like the BlizzCon Linkin Park concert or something.
Well, oh shit, I'm missing that. I gotta go. Later, guys.
Screw this charity program.
Yeah,
Watch me some
for the
baking.
kids. Fuck that. Just kidding. All right, I'm here now.
All right, Kobe Oda, you owe Yamaga Shingen something. What do you owe him?
Some money.
Money, eh?
I don't know. Do I need to read my sheet here?
No, I'm asking you to make this
okay.
up right now on the spot.
We're just making it up. I owe him some money. I had to take a small loan.
Something better than that. You owe him a blood
Oh.
oath.
Well, geez, thanks.
Wow.
Wow. You know what? Why don't you just tell me everything? I'll just sit. I'll be in the lounge watching the baking show.
Come on now. What did you do? Why is there a blood oath?
Because there was an incident a couple years back.
Okay.
It was a really bad situation. It didn't quite end as well as we'd both hoped it would, but it did bring a measure of closure to a fairly dark incident in Kobe's life.
Yamaga, are you okay with this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Or
Do I need to explain a little further?
no? I mean, you can make it up as you go along.
I mean, I've already got it ready.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to explain it now, go ahead. No.
Well, all right. This I'm gonna have to run past. How does Yamaga feel about the theory on vengeance and the enacting of said vengeance?
As long as it is carried out in an appropriately traditional fashion. You know, the offerings made and honorable backstabbing, all that stuff.
Right. And I mean, if a priest was asking a preacher, then of course you'd want to help, right?
A priest? Well, a priest is one of the most traditional
That's right. See, 'cause
occupations
Kobe-
there is.
That's right, because Kobe's a priest, probably more of a preacher these days, of the wandering variety. But there was an incident a couple years ago where his, we're going with this. His wife was brutally murdered, and he wanted to put his collar aside for a night, and even the ledger a little.
Well, Yamaga knows everything there is to know about ledgers
I believe it.
with his
That's
finance
good.
skill.
Indeed, and for a small donation, and of course a promise of future assistance, Kobe wanted Yamaga to help locate and then acquire a certain individual who has since disappeared completely.
All right. So basically, he helped you with something kind of dirty and under the table, and now you kind of owe him one, yeah?
I think if Yamaga's okay with this, yes, I believe that's our arrangement.
So long as the person in question was a dangerous liberal.
Whoa now.
Whoa! Politics.
As a man of the cloth, I know not politics, but it was definitely a ne'er-do-well.
Good enough.
Indeed, he was. So, is this good enough for you to call in the marker that he owes you, Yamaga?
Is which now?
His debt to you in finding this individual for him.
Yeah.
All right. So essentially, after you have stolen this black mirror, you contact Kobe and ask him for some help.
Yes, I do that.
All right, let's role play it.